Yeah. Family, y'all. Just keep it tight, keep it tight, keep it tight. Oh, right. Yeah. Here we go.
Various influences on Johannine thought. Remember that Johannine is the adjective that we're using for the Gospel of John. So various influences on the thought that we have here in the Gospel of John. John is often referred to as a Hellenistic gospel, which simply means what? So Matthew, Mark, and Luke, the synoptic gospels are more Hebrew in origin, if you will. They're all written in Greek, but it's really John that is most Greek in thought. Yeah, the others were written in Greek, but John is the most Greek in thought. How, for instance? Friends, when we come to this word, the Word, with the W, with a capital W, in the beginning was the Word. Do we see that in these other ones, where we're talking about the Word that was with God and was God? No. The Word is a Greek thought. That's a Greek idea, that the Word existed, the Logos existed. So various examples of the Hellenisms or of the Greek ideas in the Gospel of John include John's concept of the Word, with a capital W. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God, and the Word became flesh. All of that then is unique to John, who is more influenced by Greek thought and culture. Abstract ideas like light and truth come from the Gospel of John. So Greek ideas of light and truth, for instance, it is in the Gospel of John, chapter 18, verse 38. John 18:38, that when Jesus is talking and they're talking about the truth, what does Pilate say to him? What is truth? Whew, that's philosophical. Do you follow me? That's not a line that we find in these other Gospels. That's this more philosophical, Greek philosophical Gospel of John, if you will. The dualistic division of humanity into light and darkness, the children of light and the children of darkness, truth and falsehood, that's very Hellenistic, very Greek. And so how do we explain all of this Greek influence on the Gospel of John? We think that maybe the Johannine school was influenced by the Jewish philosopher Philo, because if Philo lived and taught around 50 AD and was teaching about this word, how it was that he was teaching his Neoplatonic philosophy, which contained the Word with the capital W, how it is that he may have influenced persons in this Johannine school. Other possibilities, maybe John was influenced by Gnosticism. Do you remember that word before? Gnosticism was this idea of how it is that we have a special knowledge or gnosis that comes from God. But part of Gnosticism is how it is that this alien Savior, we don't mean coming down in a spaceship or a flying saucer, but alien meaning from out of this world. Our Savior came to us from out of this world, right? A Mork from Orc Savior comes down to earth and is rejected by the people of this world and promises to take those who follow him with him back to heaven. Gnosticism, that was very much the thought of Gnosticism. We have this Savior who comes to this earth from another world, comes and says, anyone who's following me, come with me, I'll take you to where I come from. Why do we also think that John may have been influenced by Gnosticism? Because the first commentator on the Gospel of John in the 2nd century was Valentius, and Valentius was a Gnostic. So if a Gnostic is commenting on the Gospel of John, then there may be some connection there. John may also have been influenced by Mandaean writings, which were simply taking these Jewish stories and Gnostic stories and pulling them together, mixing them together, Syncretism we call it, how it is that John may have been influenced by that as well. But all of those possible theories agree on the fact that John's language and thought don't stem from the Palestinian world of Jesus in the same way that the Synoptic Gospels do. The Synoptic Gospels have all sorts of Hebrew and Aramaic words, for instance. Now, the Gospel of John is very Greek in language and in thought. Very different world from the world of the historical Jesus.